Good day, everyone. For today's lesson, we're going to discuss about an example. We're going to solve about limits. So let's proceed to the example number one. Okay, so we're given limit uh, of uh, cube root of 4x squared plus 4x minus 3 over cube root of 4x squared minus 1 as x approaches to 1 half. So this time we are going to uh, factor out in order to cancel the 2x minus 1. And after canceling, you are going to substitute the value of x so that it becomes cube root of 2 times 1 half plus 3 over cube root of 2 times 1 over 2 plus 1 so that it becomes into cube root of 4 over 2 and 4 over 2 it equals into 2. So your answer would be cube root of 3 over cube root of 3 2. So the theorem that we use here in number 5, we have the uh, root theorem, the quotient theorem, and the substitution theorem. And then let's proceed to the number 8, which the limit of x plus square root of 1 plus t over t as t approaches to 0. And so in order to cancel out the the cube root in the numerator, we're going to multiply both numerator and denominator into 1 plus square root of 1 plus t. As you can see, we're just the sign from negative to positive and then multiplied in order to cancel out the square root so that it become into 1 negative 1 minus times 1 plus t and then cancel out the 1 so that it becomes into t uh, negative t over t plus times 1 plus square root of 1 plus t. And then, as you can see, we cancel out the t since both numerator and denominator have the same t. And then, uh, let's put number 1 since negative 1. So, since negative t, then we put negative 1. And then, in the numerator, we have a denominator, we have 1 plus square root of 1 plus t. And then substitute the value of x so that it becomes to 1 negative 1 half. So the theorem that we use in these limits, we have rationalization and root theorem. And then substitution also. Next, in number 15, where we need to prove that the limit by applying definition 2.1.1 that is for any uh, epsilon is greater than 0, find the delta. For any epsilon, a delta is greater than 0, find the epsilon is greater than 0, such that if 0 is less than absolute value of x minus a is less than epsilon. Then f of x minus L is less than epsilon. So we are given here the limit. We have limit x squared minus 3x equals 2. And as x approaches a negative 2, as x approaches to 2, Then from the formula, absolute value of x, f of x minus L, we have x squared minus 3x, then negative times negative equals positive 2 equals, so then factor out x minus 2 and x plus 1, so that it becomes to absolute value of x minus 2 and absolute value of x minus 1. And if absolute value of x minus 2 is less than 1, then 1 is less than x and less than 3. So x minus 1 is less than 2. Hence, absolute value of f of x minus the L, which is the limits of less than 2, absolute value of x minus 2. So in the given, we have delta is greater than 0. So we choose that that do you call this? That epsilon is equals to the minimum of 1 and epsilon uh, over, yes, epsilon over 2. So that then 0 is less than x minus 2, the absolute value of x minus 2 is less than delta. Implies that f of x minus limits is less than 2. 2 to the to the absolute value of x minus 2 is less than 2 epsilon over 2. It equals into epsilon since 2 times epsilon over 2, it equals into epsilon. And then thus the limit is negative 2. So we prove that the limit of x squared minus 3x equals negative 2 as x approaches to 2 as negative 2. So that's the proof. And then next one, number 24, we're going to find the limit if there is, and if there's not, there is no or does not exist. So number 24, limit of square root of 25 minus y squared over y minus 5. And factor out since it can be factored into 5 plus y times 5 minus y. And then, as you can see, if we're going to substitute the 5, the 5 minus 5, it equals into 0. So, and then, in the other hand, 5 plus 5, it equals into 10. Since in the numerator, in the denominator, we are going to 5 as also the 5 minus 5. And then, since this our answer is negative square root of 10 minus 0, so we can conclude that our that the limit of this function is negative infinity. Okay, so let's proceed to the number 32, which is the limit of 4x minus 3 over 5x squared minus x plus 1 as x approaches to negative infinity. So in this kind of situation, we're going to multiply to its highest degree, which is the 5, which is the x squared, as you can see in the equation, in the given equation. So we're going to multiply the 4x into, we're going to divide the 4x into x squared, and then minus 3 divide over x squared, then over 5x squared, and over x squared minus x over x squared plus 1 x squared. And then as you can see, equals 4 over x minus 3 over x squared over 5 minus 1x 1 over x plus 1 over x squared. So if you are going to look the if there's any x as in the equation, you are going to substitute it into 0 since your x is approaches to negative infinity. So 4 over x, substitute into 0 minus 0, it equals into 0. And then 5 minus 0 plus 0, it equals into 5. Since 0 over 5 is equals to 0, therefore the limit of this equation is 0. Okay, let's proceed to uh, the number 56. So we're going to find the horizontal and the vertical asymptote in this kind of limits of these polynomials. And then, of course, we're going to graph it. So we're given the xy plus minus 5x minus 3y plus 2 equals 0. And then as you can see, I've factored out the y so that I can make a cross multiplication so that y equals 5x minus 2 over x minus 3. And then from this equation, we can find our vertical asymptote. So our vertical asymptote is from our denominator, which is the x minus 3 equals 0. And then transpose the number 3 so that our vertical asymptote is x equals 3. And then next one is we need to find the horizontal asymptote. So as you can see, we're going to find the highest degree value of denominator and numerator, which is the 5x and the x in the denominator. So we copy the 5 over 1. So 5 divided by 1 equals 5. So therefore, our horizontal asymptote is equals to 5. And then, let's expect that we are not done in graph yet because we are going to find the y-intercept and the x-intercept in this kind of situation. So to find the y-intercept, we're going to make the value of x into 0. So from the given equation, we have 5x minus 2 over x minus 3. We're going to substitute the x into 0 so that it becomes 5 times 0 minus 2 over 0 minus 3 so that it will become 2 over 3, negative 2 over 3 or positive 2 over 3 so that our y-intercept is equals to 0 and 2 over 3. And then, the same as the y-intercept, we are going to so our y-intercept is based on our uh, numerator, which is the 5x minus 2. And then let's assume that there is no denominator, so that it will become 0 equals 5x minus 2. And then transpose the number 2 on the other side so that it will become 5x equals 2. And then in order to cancel out the 5 into 5x, we are going to divide it into 5, both left and right, both 5x and 2, so that it will become x equals 2 over 5. So therefore, our x-intercept is 2 over 5 and 0. So since we already have our vertical asymptote, excuse me, which is 3, so we're going to put a line or like our vertical asymptote so that our uh, our graph, our sketch will be very accurate to the uh, to the polynomials, which is to the given equation, which is we're going to line vertically in number 3, which is our vertical asymptote, and we're also going to line at 5, which is our horizontal asymptote, so that our graph is limited in that just mura siya boundaries nga dili siya motapon sa ana nga asymptote. Okay, so since we all also have our y-intercept, which is the 0 uh, and 2 over 3. So we put here, I put here that our the y-intercept here is not greater than 1, but at the at between 0 and 1. Also, in x-intercept, I put here between 0, also between 0 and 1, since it is 2 over 5 and 0. So I hope you understand. Okay, so let's proceed to another problem, which is the this one, 62. So if x equals x squared plus 9, and if x is less than 3, and then 5, if x equals 3 and 9 minus x squared if x is greater than uh, x is less than or equal to x. So I put here that if 3 f of x is equals to 5, since it is based on the given. And then since I have so second step that you're going to do this time is you're going to find the left hand limit, which is the x squared minus 9, limit of x squared minus 9 as x approaches to 3. So we substitute the 3, su- we substitute the 3 into x, so that it will become 9 minus 9 equals 0. So our left hand limit is equals to 0. And then in the right hand limit, we're going to, it is limit 9 minus x squared as x approaches to 3. So it equals, substitute the value of x, which is 3. So 9 minus 9, it also equals to 0. So since both limits equals to 0, but f of 3 is equals to 5 and 5 is not equals to 0. So f of x is discontinuity as uh, if f x, as x equals 3. This is a removable disquantity. So in order to find the graph of this given problem, we're going to change the f of x equals 5 into f of x into 0. So we're going to change the given into f of x equals x squared minus 9 if x is less than 3, and 0 if x is equals 3, and 9 minus x squared if x is less than or equal to x, so that we can easily find its graph. So since we have here the its uh, left hand limit into 0, so we're going to put here into 0, and then note that we are given that f of 3 is equals to 0, so we put open circle in the uh, 3, the number 3 of x. So we're going to put a open circle in the number 3, and then it also intercept in y negative 3 and in x negative 3 as go higher. So that's all for today. Thank you for listening, and God bless.